What's up, everybody? My name is JasonNova, one half of the Smokin Sessions team, and today I wanted to discuss Gotham Knights. Recently, there was a patch that was supposed to fix a lot of the issues that Gotham Knights has had, and a lot of it is due to the constant frame rate drops, and the patch fixed nothing. The game still is not completely broken, but it is definitely it is definitely damaged. And I went through most of the game. I am almost at the end, and basically right now I just have to find the three bats scattered throughout Gotham and get rid of those. And then the last thing I have to do is take on Talia Al Ghul. So I wanted to kind of do this quick essay, I guess, because I'm going to do a full-fledged essay, not only on the failure of WB Montreal, but the failure in WB games in general, and really why I feel they delayed Suicide Squad takes on kills the Justice League. The biggest problem I have with this game is it's hard to follow up the trilogy that was Arkham with Asylum, with City, and then with Knight. Origins was a thing, and it was made by the same team that made Gotham Knights. One of the biggest problems I have, though, with this game is I felt, personally, that this should have been a Batgirl game. I think Barbara Gordon has the best storyline that has not been essentially utilized and really analyzed and built a whole entire overarching story around her. We've seen Robin in movies. We've seen Nightwing in games and television shows. We've seen Red Hood, the same thing. But Barbara Gordon has not gotten the respect that she has deserved. Essentially, if you don't know the story of Batgirl / Barbara Gordon, she is the daughter of Commissioner Gordon, which is such an important factor when you consider the relationship that Bruce Wayne, Batman, had with Jim Gordon. Their dynamic and their relationship together was extremely powerful. So when you kill Batman, the next phase should have been Batgirl. Because now that Commissioner Gordon and Batman are gone, Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, has to deal with a lot of those issues. There's a part in this game when you play as Batgirl that essentially it's kind of like a scarecrow type of vibe and mission. And she kind of questions whether her dad really, how he felt about her being Batgirl. Whether or not he felt that she was a nuisance, that she was a bigger problem, and that she was essentially contributing to the overall crime and violence in Gotham. My biggest problem with WB Games and WB Games Montreal Studios is they missed such a great opportunity to explore that. Because when you do play as Batgirl throughout the game, you really get this vibe that there is such a deep story, and also the relationship with Barbara Gordon and Bruce Wayne was a thing. I mean, Barbara Gordon essentially was shot in the spine by Joker and then paralyzed and then became the Oracle, which essentially is Jarvis to Iron Man. She was that to Batman. And that's why it just made so much sense for Batgirl to have her own game. I mean, we've already seen the disrespect with Batgirl when it comes to the cancellation of the Batgirl movie, which starred also Brendan Fraser, who really wanted it to come out and really felt like it was a good movie. Well, James Gunn and WB thought otherwise, and they canceled it. So I don't understand why there seems to be this ultra level of disrespect towards Batgirl / Barbara Gordon, because when you think about a great story, I am personally, in the Batman universe, I think about her. I've seen Robin enough. I've seen Robin and Batman, whether or not you like those movies or really care about them. We've seen Robin in Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. Robin's gotten his time to shine. Okay, we've had Robin, Nightwing, same thing. I mean, he had there was the DC show that was on WB. It was, I believe, called Titans, but you see that on there. And Red Hood, we know the story of Red Hood. We've dived into that, and like I said, in television shows and movies and video games, we've dived into those characters. So why the hell should I care about any of them having their own game? I don't. WB Games Montreal overloaded Gotham Knights with 4 characters that you can choose from, and ultimately, at the end of the day, it made no freaking sense to do so, except for you want to overload it and say, hey, we have co-op mode. Hey, we have 4 different stories, and I don't know if they're all 4 different stories. They could all just be the same thing. But when I played as Batgirl, like I said, she had a great story, and as I am getting towards the end, I really love the story of Batgirl in Gotham Knights. So ultimately, at the end of the day, a lot of my long form essay that I'm going to do on Gotham Knights is going to be talking and discussing about the level of disrespect towards Batgirl and Barbara Gordon, how important she has been in not only the comic books, but the Batman universe in general, or the Gotham universe in general. And there's a moment where she basically says, I will not abandon Gotham. That's exactly what Batman would say. That's why it makes sense that that should be the spiritual successor. We should have gotten a Batgirl trilogy. I felt like that should have been the next thing that WB focused on. I don't have faith in WB Games Montreal. I think their games they haven't come out with a game that I felt like was a top-rated game or the story was amazing. But I got to give them credit where credit is due, like I said, and say that, yes, the Batgirl story in this Gotham Knights game is great. But part of the other thing that I'm going to talk about in my long-form essay is the overall issues with this game, how it takes you out of the overall experience, how it doesn't feel like an open-world game, how it takes way too freaking long to move from point A to point Z, how there's only very few villains in this game. The only villains in this game that you take on are Harley Quinn, been there, done that. Mr. Freeze, been there, done that. Clayface, been there, done that. And then Talia al Ghul, I believe, is going to be the last boss. You also do take on, I can't remember his name, but he is Dr. Langstrom, who is the flying bat type dude who basically does an experiment and then becomes a actual bat, like a human version of a bat. So those are the bosses that you take on this game. That's it. So not only does Gotham Knights lack any bosses, any real direction, but overall Gotham Knights is a failure, and it could have been such a great success. And the problem is when you have producers and you have directors who essentially have no vision whatsoever, this is what you get. You get a mediocre Batman game where the gimmick is, hey, there's 4 characters you can choose from and it's co-op. It's the same thing like I said with Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. And that game was looking like it was going to be the spiritual successor to Gotham Knights, which is not a good thing. And I'm planning on hopefully releasing my long-form essay on Batgirl and the Gotham Knights experience sometime within the next 2 weeks. Like I said, I'm almost done. I'm right at the end, so I'll be able to finish it, and then I can go into all the real details. But overall, I just wanted to really break down quickly so far what my problems are with this game, how I feel about Batgirl, and why I feel like WB Games Montreal, they've lost their way. They don't know what to do, and it's right in front of their eyes. It's so blatantly obvious, but somehow, some way, it's just something holds them back from wanting to do a Batgirl game and make it such a great experience and great spiritual successor to the Arkham games. But let me know what you thought, just kind of on this quick summary, synopsis. On Gotham Knights. What are your feelings on Batgirl? And what do you think about the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League game? Do you think it's going to be great? Are you happy they delayed it? Or do you think when it comes out it's going to be a disaster? We already know that WB Games has an issue with every game being broken at launch. Typically, it's on PC. It seemed like there was less issues with PC version than the console version. But again, the console version still broke because it's still constant frame rate drops, and the game just takes you out of the overall experience. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check out the description where you can see not only my socials, JasonNova, but you can also see my brother's socials as well, CrazyRocky, in the description, like I said. And yeah, if you enjoyed this quick summary of Gotham Knights and my thoughts on Batgirl, don't forget to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to Gaming Sessions. And we appreciate, me and my brother appreciate everybody who has liked our videos, watched our videos, subscribed, and commented, and really gotten the conversations going, because we like talking to our fans. We like talking to the people who maybe just have different opinions than we do. And yeah, the overall experience has been fun so far with the Gaming Sessions channel. Thank you so much for listening to my little quick rants. And like I said, the long form essay is going to be on its way within hopefully the next week or two. Appreciate all of you, and I will check you all out in the next video.
I spaced out of my head to the depths of the universe. It's a spell or a chance just to open up a newer curve.